What's going on, guys? Jolts here, back with another build video, and today we're going to be going over Steel Savior Moze for level 65. If you saw the older Steel Savior build video, then you know this build is really good. I didn't think it would get any stronger, but I was wrong. Thanks to the Krieg DLC, we got a brand new class mod for Moze, and it sort of doubles your damage for Iron Bear. Yep, it's pretty broken. Anyways, to download the save for yourself, I will link it in the description. That save is going to be in PC format. As for console, I'm sorry guys, there's no way to convert from PC to console at the moment, but maybe in the future we'll get that option. One more thing here, I was looking at the analytics on my YouTube channel, and 34.4% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. Now, I'm not forcing you to sub, but if you do like the content you see, consider hitting that sub button. I'd appreciate it. Alright, let's jump into the build. As you can see, there's not a ton you need for the setup, so it is pretty easy to put together. Now, it does use some DLC stuff, but if you don't have DLC, that's okay, I will recommend some alternatives. First up, you have to execute. When you deplete your mag and chuck this at an enemy, it will debuff the enemy by 50%. Also, you can stack it a few times too. This is mostly for your tougher enemies like Grave Ward because he is far away, but for enemies that are nearby, you have the Eruption. When you break this gun, it will shoot out humming pellets, and if you stack it, you can debuff the enemy by 300%. Basically, you can give yourself 300% bonus damage. Now, I do want to say the debuffing weapons are not required for the build, but if you do want to one-shot every boss on Mayhem 10, then yeah, you'll want these. I will say it's complete overkill, but it is fun to do. Now we have the MP5. This will increase your movement speed when you hold it. Now, this is just going to be for getting around. You don't really need it for the build. At the minimum, I do recommend the Iron Bear cooldown anoint on your weapon. Again, it doesn't have to be an MP5, but just make sure you have the anoint for cooldown. If I ever don't have Iron Bear for some reason, which is not very often, my weapon of choice is going to be the Flipper. This gun is insane on Moze, and will kill most enemies in the game with no problem. I do have a 1 HP setup, so I did use the URAD anoint. Now, if you don't have DLC, I do recommend choosing a strong weapon. That could be a Backburner, Plague Bearer, Smog, whatever you want. Keep in mind you're rarely going to need the weapon because Iron Bear is always going to be out. The Plus Ultra. This shield doubles your HP. With that in mind, that's going to double your Iron Bear's HP too. That means you're going to have like 3 million, 4 million HP on Iron Bear. That is a ridiculous amount, so Iron Bear should like never die. If you don't have DLC, I recommend using the Mendel's multivitamin. That will give you 50% bonus HP. Fun fact here, so normally when you match annoyance, they don't work together, but the exiting Iron Bear 30% cooldown, if you have it on a shield and a gun, they do stack. So if Auto Bear gets a kill, you're going to get a massive chunk of cooldown. Also with the Plus Ultra, you have a 25% chance to absorb a bullet and get 30% cooldown. Now we have the P-Nade just for debuffing enemies. Ideally get the 20% chance to spawn a grenade anoint, but you don't super need it. You're already going to be doing so much damage that it doesn't make a huge difference. For the class mod, the Flare. This is a new one we got in DLC 4, and this thing is a beast. Why, you might ask? Well, that 100% damage is multiplicative. What that means is it's going to multiply with all of your skills. Yeah, it's a little bit broken. As for the skills, try to get 3 on Stainless Steel Bear. That will give Iron Bear more fuel, armor, and damage. As for the other skill, it really doesn't matter. You get a tiny bit of fire damage out of Cloud of Lead, so I suppose it does beat Means of Destruction. Now, fun fact, even though Stainless Steel Bear is a 5 out of 5 skill, you cannot roll +5 on this class mod for Stainless Steel Bear. So you can only roll +3 on it due to this bug. Hopefully in the future that does get fixed. Now, if you don't have DLC, I do recommend the Raging Bear. That will give you up to an extra 50% bonus damage for Iron Bear. For the artifact, a Deathless. Ideally, try to get Snowdrift on it for getting around, but it is not required. The Unforgiven. When you hop in a Daka Bear, the turret on your back, you can transfer the Unforgiven's crit damage to the bullets. Also, if you have the URAD anoint, it does pass to the bullets too. So your Daka Bear turret, if you're hitting crits, are going to do insane damage. A couple more Flippers and a Rocketeer. The Rocketeer is for if you want to do an Auto Bear setup. It will allow Auto Bear to sit on the field for a lot longer, but it will consume all your action skill cooldown. Luckily, thanks to the cooldown anoint on your gun and shield, you will cooldown Iron Bear so fast. We have a Blastmaster, so when you set up your Auto Bear using the Rocketeer, you can swap out the Rocketeer for a Blastmaster and get the splash damage on Auto Bear. It's a really cool trick for more Auto Bear damage. I know some people might point it out, but the Flare Com versus, 10 out of 5 on Fire into Skagden. Believe it or not, even though Skagden gets Mayhem scaling, the Flare Com is multiplicative and still beats it. That's all the gears, so let's go over the skill tree. I do want to say pretty much all of the augments are going to be great for Iron Bear or Auto Bear, so you can pick and choose whichever one you want to use. First up, Security Bear. Iron Bear and Auto Bear get a bubble for reducing damage. Also, you get 50% more Iron Bear max HP added as shields. 4 on armored infantry just to move down the tree, we don't super need it. Drowning in brass. When you get a kill, you get a stack, and I can stack up to 3 times. That will give you up to 60% bonus gun damage and a little less fire rate. Now, on the card it says only for Moze, but it actually applies for Iron Bear too. It used to only apply for your left Iron Bear gun, but Gearbox fixed it recently so it applies to both your guns. Then Red Line. It will lower your HP and give you a lot more shield. Flat off Ingenuity, only 3 points here. That's just to move down the tree. So that's going to give you more shock resistance, more shield, and shield recharge rate. Experimental Munitions. When you or Iron Bear hits a crit, you get 15% more fire damage. Desperate Measures, we're doing a 1 HP setup so we get a max bonus, and that bonus is 50% more damage on Moze's gun damage. As for Iron Bear, it's only going to be if your armor's low. Now, it's not going to get low very often, but it's free damage if it does get low. Phalanx Doctrine. When you get a kill, you get a stack, and you can stack it as much as you want. The only thing is, each stack wears off after 30 seconds, and that's going to give you more gun damage and more shield. Now, as you can see on the card, it only says for Moze. A lot of people might not know about this, but it also applies for Iron Bear's left gun too. Not the right gun, only the left. So you can easily get 10 kills with Iron Bear and get an extra 100% damage for your left gun. I do want to point out it only applies for Iron Bear, not Auto Bear. Now for Green Tree, we have Cloud of Lead. You get bonus fire damage every 4th shot, and the 4th shot will be free. Now the way this works on Iron Bear is you get a double shot every 4th shot. For example, if you shoot Hammer Down Protocol, you know, the nukes, every 4th shot's going to shoot 2 nukes instead of 1. The only issue is it's still going to consume the fuel. Regardless though, it does increase your DPS, so that's pretty cool. We have Daka Bear. You can hop into a turret in the back of Auto Bear. That will also increase Iron Bear's damage by 50%. Stoke the Embers, more fire damage. Now, if you're not using the Hell on Rails, you know, the fire beams, you still get damage out of this skill because of Splash. Splash damage will activate Fire in the Skagden, which is fire damage. So you can add that fire damage to non-fire guns like Exploding Rounds, Shaped Charge, the B-35 Grenade Launcher, Vanquisher Rocket Pod, Hammer Down Protocol, Corrosive Sabot Rounds, and Wild Swing. To keep it simple, basically a lot of your augments are going to have fire damage on top of what they already do. Redistribution, when you get a crit, you get ammo regen and health regen. This doesn't really matter because we're doing a 1 HP setup, so it's just to move down the tree. Scorching RPMs. You will get bonus fire rate, critical hit damage, and Iron Bear damage. Finally for green, we have Specialist Bear. If you match 2 guns, you get 60% bonus Iron Bear damage. I do want to point out it checks for the guns up top, not for the augments. So, you know, these are matching, so that's fine. You can do 2 of these, those are matching, that's fine. Even though these are different, that's still fine, these are matching. You get that bonus. Fire in the Skagden. When doing splash damage, you get bonus fire damage. Now, you can see it says we're getting 15%, but it's actually getting Mayhem scaling, which is going to be 31 times that damage. So, you're getting 465%. A ridiculous amount. We have Deadlines. When you get a kill with Iron Bear, you get fuel back. Only 2 points in Grizzled because we're going to have crazy cooldown with our, you know, Annoyance. So, you don't super need that, and also, you know, topped off from Guardian rank. You don't have to max this out. But basically, when you get a kill, you get cooldown. Toward Cross Promotion. You get bonus splash damage and a chance for double splash damage radius. Stainless Steel Bear. Iron Bear gets more fuel, armor, and damage. Auto Bear. When you hop out of Iron Bear, you set up Auto Bear on the field, and Auto Bear is going to shoot nearby enemies. Also, this allows you to jump into the back of Daka Bear and control the turret. For the final point, only 1 on Vampire. Now, you might be thinking, well, is that going to be enough healing? Honestly, you're already going to have so much HP that it really doesn't matter about having this skill at all. If Iron Bear ever becomes weak for some reason, maybe you like tripped a barrel or something like that, you can set up Auto Bear and get your cooldown back extremely fast. Alright, that's it for the skills, so let's go ahead and show off the build. We're on Mayhem 10, here's the modifiers I have, and I do recommend getting Speed Demon for getting Iron Bear around the field faster, because you do get the movement speed on that. So let's go ahead and do, how about, Hammer Down Protocol's pretty fun. 2 of those, and hop in a suit, and look at this ridiculous damage. 1 shot, 83 million. This guy over here. Yeah, so for the first shots, we're getting that 100% multiplicative damage from the flare comm. And it's a little bit overkill. So what we're going to do is run around and use up our fuel until we're about halfway down. Alright, we're 50% fuel, which means we're only getting 50% bonus damage from the flare comm. As fuel goes down, you get less and less damage. So we're going to hop out now. And then hop into Daka Bear. There we go. Thanks to the cooldown annoyance on our shield and our gun, that means we're going to get really fast cooldown when we get kills. Get a few kills. You don't really need that many. I can shoot 2. Maybe 1 more. Okay, hop out. And look at this. We pretty much have a new Iron Bear already ready. Basically, hop out at 50% and let Autobear get a few kills, and you have a new Iron Bear. Alright, let's go ahead and do... How about Bear Fist? No joke, it actually works with the flare com. Let's do some melee. Grab you. Okay, you're too far away. Punch you. One-shot kill. There we go. This guy over here. Oop, missed my shot. That's okay. Yeah, the flare com makes this thing finally work. Now, another major source of your cooldown is going to be topped off, which is a Guardian Rank skill. When your shield is full, you're going to get cooldown, and that cooldown is 50%. So when you're in the back of Bear, your shield is going to stay full. Because of that, you get an extra 50% cooldown. That's a lot. Okay, pull you in. Boop. And then poke you. That guy over there. Usually the grab's going to be enough for the kill. Oop, missed my shot. Oh my goodness, my aim sucks. There we go. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Do that. Awesome, awesome. Alright, Athena's is a little bit easy for mobbing, so let's go ahead and take on a boss, shall we? For Trant, let's do Hammer Down Protocol. And thanks to the Flare Comp's 100% multiplicative damage. Yeah. He dies in one shot. Or technically two. Ridiculous. You guys can use whatever augments you want, so let's do, how about Exploding Bullets? Match that, there we go. Head down again. And you can still see it's gonna do ridiculous damage. And you are dead, bye. And we're still full on the fuel. Alright, let's go to Grave Ward. Now for Grave Ward, we're gonna do our Hell on Rails, so double fire damage. And just to go for the one shot, let's debuff him with the Execute. There's 3, wait for the hand. I'm pretty sure you can one-shot the chest too, but just to be safe. How about a P-Nade too? Go for the hand. Boop. Ooh, not quite. We didn't have enough debuff. But a 2-shot kill is still pretty good. I'll take it. Let's show off the Autobear setup, so we're going to do our Rocketeer. There we go. And you want to match usually Capacitive Armature and Corrosive Sabot rounds. There we go. And let's also hold the Unforgiven for the crit damage in the turret. Hop in. And we're going to hop out. And jump in the back. Pretty much now, all we do is just go for the kills, so enemies are going to die extremely fast. Yeah, look at the crit damage we have right now. It's ridiculous. And everything's dying. Oh, let's go ahead and put on Blastmaster for another 100% bonus damage. Awesome. So now things will really die. We're cooling down our next Iron Bear, so if I hop out, you can see we already have another one. See? So I can go over here and set it up. So I think you guys get the point now. Like I said before, this build is ridiculous. The Flare Class mod brought Iron Bear to another whole level. Anyways, like I said before, if you want to download it for yourself, I will link it in the description. Again, that save is in PC format. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, then please be sure to leave a like, because that'd be awesome. And if you guys really enjoyed it, be sure to sub. You guys have a great day, and I will see you all later. Peace out.